Practice Wednesday afternoon, the 20th of November. 20th of November. So all of you who like to tell me how many days it is until Christmas, go. Tell me how many days until Christmas. Fortunately, I am on top of the Christmas thing and I'm feeling very good about that all happening in my world right now. I love online shopping for that reason. If I don't have to go to a store, I am a happy camper. It's been a fairly big day for me here today. Lots of delivery today. We've got brand new one-on-one coaching clients, which I am loving. So helping them get to know me and how we're going to work together and giving them some insight into their behavior and what that means for the way I help them do their thing better and become better. And that's just really cool. And I've got some amazing clinicians in my world who are incredibly creative and have great ideas. These are big idea people, and it just blesses me so much. And I'm working with somebody at the moment who has got this whole philosophy around building creativity into our work. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, someone else is going to tell me I need to do more coloring and more this and more that. But no, the philosophy is completely different. And it helped me reconnect to the fact that I'm actually a really creative person. I'm a creative problem solver. I'm using creativity all the freaking time, all day. When I was a kid, I was very different. I was always doing art and craft, and I'd find things, and I loved working with fabric. So in my head, creativity has always been, I'm sorry, I'm just really unhappy with the way my hair is sitting at the moment. That's not okay. My head would tell me creativity is about working with fabric or creating a piece of art or pottery or a mosaic or all of that sort of stuff that I used to get into a lot as a kid. And I must admit, since I've really become passionate about my work and really invested in problem solving with my clients and my business clients, that's where my creative energy gets inspired and excited. And I love nothing more than being able to creatively think about a problem and come up with different solutions and different products and different services and how we can do things differently. That really floats my boat. Put me in front of something where it's a process and I have to do this day in and day out. It doesn't make me happy at all. But that's not at all what I was going to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about some thinking I am working on, which I know sounds strange, but we all need time to think. And I don't think we give ourselves enough time to think. So I am going to use you all today as an opportunity for me to do some thinking about something I am thinking about. And if I've lost you all, don't worry about it. I have had this bizarre situation occur today, and it's not the first time it's happened, where two people were in a conversation with me and we all heard exactly the same information at exactly the same time and exactly the same place. Yet speaking to those two individuals afterwards, what they heard during that conversation is completely different to what the facts about was being stated. Now, I know you're sitting there going, Jo, this happens all the time. Stay with me. So what we hear gets interrupted by what we know and what action we're prepared to take. So when we're hearing things, we're hearing them through filters. We're hearing them through the filters of what we know about attitudes, about beliefs, about fears, about drivers, about our 6 core needs. So we can't actually objectively listen to things, because if we did, we would just be focused on the facts and what was being said. But we don't. We filter it through what we already know to be good, what we already know could be bad, what we already know is going to get us to where we want to go. Oh my God, would this person please stop talking? If I just nod my head often enough, they'll stop talking. Hello, my darling sister. This has got nothing to do with us, by the way, darling. So what we know creates an interrupt for what is being communicated to us. It creates a barrier. We create a noise filter, and it's attitudes, beliefs, fears, and drivers. And then we've heard a thing through that filter, and then what action we decide to take is based on our fears and our drivers again. So if you're in a conversation where somebody is saying to you, complaint, 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 you're hearing it through the filter of, oh my God, a complaint is the worst thing ever. I could never do this again. I am going to lose my license. I'm a failure. I'm humiliated. I'm embarrassed. And the action you're going to take is for you to become incredibly perfectionistic, stuck in analysis paralysis, and fearful of ever doing something new again. If all you hear is, I'm not working with you anymore, and you are sacked, and the filters you have around that are around, if I lose another client, then I've lost all this income. If I lose all this income, then I don't know how I'm going to pay the bills. If I lose all that income and can't pay the bills, then I'm going to lose my house, my kids won't eat. And the action we're going to take and how we're going to behave is going to be very much fraught around scarcity mindset, poverty mentality. There's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough. And it reflects in our marketing, our service provision. We come across desperate. And we come across as if I have to take all the clients and do all of the things. So it was so bizarre for me today to actually have it so clearly presented that these two people heard a conversation with me through these filters. One person heard, I can't do this anymore, and their immediate reaction has been, I need to fill this gap. I'm going to fill this gap with the next available thing, without any strategy applied to what the next available thing is going to be. So they've just created a task, and now they're filling a task without thinking about what is going to be the long-term implications of this. The other person has heard, we're not doing this anymore. It's not going to be done anymore because it's all about money, because we can't afford it. Therefore, I can't spend any money. Therefore, I need to stop doing anything because I can't spend any money. None of those things were said. It all ends up being an interpretation of what's going on. So I want us to, we do this with our clients all the time. We work really, really hard on our active listening and our objective thinking when we're with our clients. We need to get better at identifying when our fears, attitudes, beliefs, anxieties are coming up and causing us to have such a lack of self-awareness that we are creating increased barriers. So we're trying to hear things through, a background noise, and we can't turn that noise down. And you know what escalates that noise? Being tired, being overwhelmed, being too busy, being overcommitted, having too many things on, fearful of not having enough money, fearful of not being able to pay the bills, fearful of not being good enough. All of those things heighten our inability to hear and absorb what is really going on. So I want you to stop when you feel like your fear or you're kicking into not what you think are habitual patterns of behavior. I want you to see if you can stop yourself and go, what is really going on here? And depersonalize it, because it's very easy for us to go, am I good enough? People aren't going to like me. I'm going to be humiliated. And go, what is really going on here? Because I think we could stop a lot of our self-depreciation, our self-loathing, our dislike for ourselves, our conflict with people in the world, our lack of self-awareness. We can improve all of that if we just stop and go, what is really going on here? So I really want to encourage everybody to practice this over the coming week. It's a tricky thing. You've got to kind of isolate yourself and isolate your thinking. But I reckon we can actually make a really significant change, and we will see some important changes being able to be made, because we're going to let go of listening through the filters of our attitudes, beliefs, fears, projections, and all of that sort of stuff as we go. So there you go, some food for thought for this Wednesday afternoon. I am looking forward to a bit of an early mark for myself today, and I'm looking forward to coming and talking to you again tomorrow afternoon. So until then, go be your awesome self.